you guys for tuning in. I've seen a few people comment already, so thank you very much. And Tina, we'll move on to you. Brian Callahan gets hired by the Titans. What do you got to say about that?
I heard his name. I was like, why is he familiar? Why is he familiar? And I know he's Bill's son, so I knew that part of it. But then I started looking in, and I saw a couple of people that he's bringing in for his OC, and I saw the name Eric Studesville, and I went, I know that name. I know that name really well because he used to be the running backs coach at the Denver Broncos.
There you
I
go.
was pissed when he left
That
and
was-
went somewhere else. So turns out Callahan has a Broncos connection.
Well, there you go.
But
There it
he
is.
started out, he played quarterback at UCLA. And then he had a job that he played at a high school. And then in 2010, he was brought in to be, I gotta look and see. I had that note. Where's my note of what? Offensive assistant to
Okay.
Mr. Josh McDumdum Daniels, who then ended up getting fired that year because he blew chunks. And
Yes.
so Studesville became the interim head coach. And then in 2011, John Fox came in. He was with John Fox from 2011 through 2015. He was on
Right.
2 Super Bowl teams as an offensive assistant or the quality coach. Then he moved on. He was the Lions QB in 2016 to 2017. So he worked with Matthew Stafford. In 2018, he went to the Raiders. I'm sure he worked with somebody there, but I honestly don't care. And then in 2019 I knew I'd get a giggle out of that one.
Oh my god! You're
And then
the
from
best.
2019 to 2023, he was the
Uh-huh.
Bengals OC. And so
Okay.
what he's been, so you see, like in there, like when he was at the Broncos, he worked with Tebow and he worked with Peyton Manning. He then worked with Matthew Stafford. He's also worked with Joe Cool at the Bengals and all of that. And as the OC, working all of those. So I personally think this hire is really, really good, especially if the Titans keep going the way that I think they're going to go, which is they're going to play Will Levis.
Will Levis, yeah,
They're going to
100%.
want a head coach that has a one-on-one connection with a young quarterback like that. It's interesting. I think this might be a good one for them. OC candidates that he's looking at. One is Thad Lewis, who's from Tampa.
Oh yeah.
Is Tampa Bay's quarterback coach, Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield. Eric Holtz is the Jags passing game coordinator. Your guy there, Nick. And then
Trevor
I
Lawrence.
also
Love
mentioned
Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence. And then the one that I hope he actually picks, because I think the Titans might need this, is Eric Studesville, who now
Oh.
is the running backs coach for Miami Dolphins.
Ah.
Derrick Henry's gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick the running backs on Titans lineup out of the lineup. Like I had no clue who they were.
Yeah.
So Studesville worked his way up through the running backs core at Denver. And I think he was even there when Shanahan was there. And that was the one thing I loved about Denver is Shanahan knew how to develop running backs. He knew how to bring them up young. We called him the stable and just trot him out. Here, you want Clinton Portis? Fine, we'll take Champ Bailey. That kind of thing.
Right, yeah, sure.
But I think he's going to be calling his own plays. He's not going to be. He's going to be working with the OC, and maybe he does have a little bit of that Tommy Callahan idea about like, yeah, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at first I thought I wasn't so sure this one, but then I was like, this guy's kind of interesting. And he's 39, so he's another really young.
Yep, there we go.
This happens in the NFL, though. All the teams that are a little lower on the totem pole, they don't want to spend a lot of money. So they try young talent, the OCs, the QB coaches, that kind of stuff, or the DCs, and give them a chance. And so we'll see what they do. So I'll be watching all of these guys. They're all kind of interesting, except for Mayo.
I want to.